heads up for the title, trying to get that seat into our semifinal. He would be a worthy representative, I tell you.
Yeah, Lawrence
And
Bonet out of
raise.
the same mold as Barry Johnson.
All right.
They used to call numbers from Texas. And Plant now,
45,000.
45 more.
two big face cards here, says, let's make it more.
Well, and look at the timing of Bonet. Now he does just limp in, faces a raise, and his timing is perfect. He'll get away from this hand losing the minimum.
It is like Sixth Sense, like second sight.
He is really dialed in here. I don't anticipate him, putting another chip in this
Just give me a
pot.
second here.
Any chance he might want to call and see if he can wipe Howard out with a
Absolutely
fortuitous
not.
flop?
The deck is hitting him in the face. Why does he want to step out with this mediocre hand? I have no idea, but he has surprised me at every turn, and here once again.
Ken, it may be that Lawrence is over-eager to get this one over with.
Eagerness does not look like a trait that is oozing out of him, but you may be right, Jesse May. Let's go to the flop.
And
Howard.
not a terrible flop for Bonet. He's got a straight draw. Is Howard going to push or knuckle?
Tough to push with no pair after you've been called with your pre-flop raise. You're right. Bonet does have the gutter ball straight.
Check.
A 7 or a
That's
jack
right.
would give him the best hand. The turn card.
That is not what Howard
Check.
Plant hoped to see. If Bonet can find a big bet, he
Check.
can take the
Both
pot. 7, 8, or jack. King high, good right now.
Check.
And you can see all of a sudden Plant may be realizing that king high is good here. I think Bonet rather has waited too long to bluff and
wanna
should give this
check.
pot up.
I want to know what would have
Anything wins,
happened
I
if
think.
Bonet had set him in, but king high,
King takes it.
good enough. And that's pretty much a gift from the graveyard
Didn't
for
realize
Howard
what
Plant.
Kuchepa was in.
That's exactly right. You called it perfectly, Jesse May. Lawrence Bonet not giving up many chips, but certainly did
Trying to get
in
to
that
that
pot.
200,000 is very
just like, take a
playable right
chance
now
to
for
end it.
Hojo.
Yeah. So you had them on the ace king.
Well, I don't anticipate that the discussions
No,
and the
nice.
talks
That's all
will be
right.
quite as friendly now.
Call.
Call.
Little limp in here from Lawrence. Call announced. Is that enough? Howard needs money.
Okay.
Well, Bonet's
Yes.
strategy, pretty apparent to me. He's going to limp with queen high or less. He's going to raise with king high or ace high or any pair.
Oh no, they've both hit. Top pair, middle pair, all over.
It very well could be, Jesse May.
60,000.
60,000.
95,000 total.
All in.
Plant says, I don't think you have the queen, and if you do, I've got 5 outs. That's the story, KJ.
Well, to me, it looks like this obviously is an easy call. Just a few more chips for Bonet.
It's
He
35.
thinks he's behind, but he's actually in front, and barring any unlucky card on the turn or the river, and he will plant
I know.
Howard Plant.
Call.
A 4-1
clean.
favorite right now with 2 cards to come is Lawrence Bonet. He has played super fine, as has Howard Plant. Give him credit, but down to a jack or an 8,
You can't argue
or it
with
is
the call.
too late for the magician.
Well, they do call him the magician. He's going to need some magic on the turn. Here it is.
9.
Yeah, 9 is gonna work.
9 and 8.
9, 8,
Or jack.
jack. Key cards.
Can he do it?
Here's
To the river we go.
Thank you.
Whew,
And
that was
Jack
close.
Play well.
You did play well.
And I'll tell you what, these two
That was pretty
players have
fortunate.
a lot of respect for each other because they have outplayed a very tough table. But the man standing at the end not the magician, but Lawrence Bonet, whose name we may be saying in cheers and whispers for years to come.
Lawrence Bonet gets the semi-final seat. Both him and our runner-up Howard Plant are with Jesse and Kenna.
Was that good poker or what? Lawrence, congratulations. I mean,
Thank you, sir.
where does it come from? I could play poker 100 years and never come up with the courage you showed tonight.
Now, wait a minute, Jesse. He wrote down here, how long have you been playing poker? 1 year. Now, that has got to be a bluff. Tell me, how do you get that good playing in 1 year?
Actually, I played in college, which was in the 70s, and played Texas Hold'em back then after seeing Amarillo Slim on the Tonight Show, Johnny Carson. We added that to our repertoire. But then after college, which I left school in 78, I've not played a hand until about a year ago this month.
Isn't that something? You called it, Jesse. Maybe a natural talent hiding for
Lion
years.
Dorman. Some of those
Lion
bluffs, the
Dorman.
4-5 offsuit, taking out Jeff Schriebman, and I mean, just great stuff. Howard, commiserations, though. I mean, you hung in there. Tremendous heart today. But was the cards just get you at the end?
The cards got me all night. I don't think I had a hand. I probably had a couple of hand. It was unbelievable. The guy kept raising every time I flat called. I knew he was making moves. I couldn't do anything about it. I just didn't have the hand to do it. The final hand, I should have gone all in. That was my mistake. I nearly went all in. I left it. I let him catch a queen, and I was demised. It was typical. I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Semifinals to come, and there's no telling how far Lawrence can take it. Next week, Roland DeWolf, Tony Bloom, and the incomparable Mark Goodwin. See you next time on the PartyPoker.com World Open.